Hello internet friends, I have a confession. You know how I told you the Miu Mini Plus is my favorite retro handheld in my last video? Well, a few days after I posted that video, I received this cute little thing in the mail, and I've got to tell you, it's giving the MM Plus a run for its money. Let's get into some of the reasons why I think the RGB30 from Powkiddy is an awesome retro handheld. I'm so excited about this thing and all the things you can stick into it. Because yes, you can stick things into it. So many things. And I'm going to tell you all about it right now. The first thing you can stick into this beauty? Pico 8. If you saw my last video, you may remember that I absolutely adore this fantasy console and all its pixely goodness. Pico 8 games have a 1:1 resolution, which means the RGB30 square screen is perfectly suited to playing these games. The device comes pre-installed with Jealous operating system with native Pico 8 and will explore Pico 8's games browser when you launch it while connected to Wi-Fi. That's right, it has Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, but more on that later. I did have a problem with the Pico 8 install that came with mine and it not being able to play newer cards, so I had to flash an up-to-date version of Jealous into a new microSD card, which I totally recommend anyway. I also had to drop in my Pico 8 data files for everything to work properly, since the version of the file that comes with the system is probably an older version, but both of these steps are super easy, barely an inconvenience. And then, I've got all the pixels on this gorgeous 4-inch 720 by 720 IPS screen. Pico 8 has hundreds, if not thousands of fun and charming titles you can download for free from its website, and it is absolutely worth the $15 admission fee. Playing these games, which I've come to love on this screen at this aspect ratio, is magical. And I basically bought the RGB30 for this feature alone. Sure, you can play Pico 8 on a PC, or emulate it on certain other handhelds that don't support it natively, but the emulated experience is just not as good. Playing native Pico 8 on the RGB30 feels luxurious in comparison. So, what else can you stick into this sweetie? Controllers and sticks. USB sticks, to be exact. The RGB30 has two USB-C ports. This one's for charging your device, and this one is called an OTC port. It basically allows your RGB30 to be a USB host, so you can do things like stick in a USB drive and move your folders back and forth. Your files, I mean. This function is not perfect, because the file manager on this device is quite primitive, but it does work. I've used the feature several times now to get save files on and off the RGB30. Here's the RGB30 with my cute pink 8-bit dough light controller attached. It also has Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, like I mentioned, so you can connect things wirelessly to the device. I don't see myself plugging in a controller to this thing very often, but in a pinch it'll work. For example, if you had a mini HDMI port, you could plug this into your TV, then plug in a wired controller you have lying around for a console-like experience. I don't have a spare mini HDMI cable lying around though, so you'll have to experiment with this on your own. The final thing you can stick into this thing that has me absolutely blown away is, drumroll please, Stardew Valley. The RGB30 runs Portmaster, which makes adding various game ports really simple. It's got a catalog of really cool games you can port to your device, a lot of them ready-to-run games. If you want to play some of the PC ports though, you've got to actually own the game and transfer over some of your game files from your existing copy. I was able to get Stardew Valley, Ocean's Heart, Half-Life, and Rakuen working on this thing with pretty minimal fuss. Playing a fully functional PC version of Stardew Valley on a device of this size is amazing. Sure, I could play Stardew Valley on my PC or on my Nintendo Switch or my Steam Deck, but none of these devices fit in my little Concan hip pack, which the RGB30 does. Being able to play one of my favorite cozy games ever right alongside the retro games I love is a dream come true. So, my final thoughts on the RGB30. It's great. I love it. I've been playing it a whole lot recently, mostly to test out Stardew Valley and get myself acquainted with the awesome Goodboy Galaxy. a modern GBA platforming adventure game that has the cutest graphics and genuinely lovely gameplay. I highly recommend checking this out. The RGB30 has overtaken my Retroid Pocket 2S as my number 2 pocketable handheld. Number 1 is still the Mii U Mini Plus because Onion OS is just too fantastic. But if you don't like the vertical format or want something that is slightly more powerful than the Mii U Mini Plus, you can't go wrong with this one. The screen is beautiful for Game Boy, Game Boy Color, and Pico 8 games, and for those other aspect ratios, you can install some pretty cool overlays to fill in the blank spaces. Check out TechDweeb's review for this device for a link to the overlays set he made. As you can see, I've been using these overlays in my own device, and they're fantastic. So that's it. That's the RGB30 from Powkiddy. Do you think you'll pick one up, friends? And if you already have, what are some of your favorite games to play on it? Please do tell me all about it in the comments below. Take care, be kind to yourself and be kind to everyone else, and happy gaming. If you enjoyed the content of this video, please consider giving me a like down below and also subscribing to this channel for more gaming content. I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good day.